Today, it's a kind of both. Both. I'm going to teach some stuff. I'll revise some stuff, and I will also tell you what I'm expecting from you. And maybe we would like to do some kind of the assessment or evaluation side by side from you. So maybe you not feel good, or maybe you feel good. I don't know. When let's say when I'm asking, like, I want to a little bit evaluate you, or I want to expect some things you should complete. So Madan, I think that's a very I don't know really. It's happened pretty much with every this thing. You're not here, and then probably log out and log in. Something I have to understand is still your environment. So so basically what I'm expecting is um, go here and there are two things here: interview question and answers, and you do the manual testing, and you're supposed to know all these questions and answers here. So one thing is you should please start evaluating these questions, and those who have already done it, let me know. Anyone has done, because I have to start showing some stuff. I will start a little bit assessing who has done, who has not. How many people or anyone who has done all the questions here, which is here, any in these sections. Has anyone done this? Like if you go there, these are the same questions which were earlier existing. Just we changed the format. Well, we know if you see, you can get this. I don't know how good is the answers, but we're building. So what I'm asking is, okay, so Spencer, pretty good. It's anyone else who has done this? If so, these, and then I also don't think I'm just this is I'm checking where my team is, and then here. 1 second. If you go under the manual testing, what about these questions? Ooh, where is my login? Okay, no one else is responding. What about these questions? These ones. There are 12 questions here. Anyone has well, you have to say yes or no, because when you're silent, I really don't know what that means. It means yes or no. It's hard. So you can type yes or no. There's a reason. We will talk. Okay, good. At least someone said no, 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 no. Okay. 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 Good. Thanks for your honesty. Um, okay. So now what what I realize is, um, okay, we teach, you like a lot of things, and but the main important stuff is where you stand, and can you do you understand these questions or not? So I'm going to focus my today stuff is in that direction, and I'm also going to focus. So all this stuff is in direction of in direction of interview, in projects, the work which you have to do, or work which you will do once you get a job. So it'll be more question and answer based today. The entire my session is based on that, and I have to also assess people who are around me, what they are doing. So now you, everyone who is here, has finished this module. So let's review these questions and see if you can see any. So write manual test cases for Gmail login functionality. This is the one the goal was. Then write at least 10 manual test cases for HRM project. Uh, okay, so the goal for first question was write test cases for Gmail. The goal was that you should understand what is test cases. You should understand how to write the test cases and do all those things. So that was the goal for the first one. And I expect that you should first write on the paper and then you can go and write in the Excel. Second is write at least 10 manual test cases for HRM project. So goal for second question was that you should understand uh, how the functional requirement document looks like. You should open that document. You should try to read, try to understand what is written and feel. And then based on that, you should write 10 test cases. So that will give you the idea like, how to write the test cases. And if you have any confusion, you can ask and see whether you can do that work or not. The third is create list of modules you would well, this question is framed wrong and you will find a lot of things like that. This is why I'm reviewing. Uh, create list of modules you would test for an e-commerce website. Well, that's definitely not correct wording. Uh, Basically, you create list of, what I don't know how it has to be worded, but it will be fixed by tomorrow. But basically, question is, if you have given an e-commerce website and you sit in front of Macy's.com or Amazon.com or 47brand.com, and especially I would like here, and tell me what will you'll test. What are you going to test? And you should have your own checklist. So that was the reason for second. And then if you go, these are the answers too. Now, the fourth one is write following test cases for flight reservation system. This question, basically that was for this website. I'm going to add it here. It was for this, so basically it's a new tours. I will change, put the URL. And so basically we are giving some requirement, and I want to see, can you able to write in the form of test cases? That was the fourth question. Now this was how to write the test strategy. This was do the requirement analysis, means go through. So what is the difference in, one second. So if you see here, I'm asking, go to this project and just write 10 manual test cases. That was the goal, like, just want to see whether you can able to write some test cases. But if you go below here, this question number 6, here I'm asking that go section by section and figure out all the possible test cases. What will be the test cases, maybe in a plain English, what will be the test cases for section 3.1, 3.2, whatever section they are, and you write down. So I want to see, do you understand that, you have a requirement and can you able to do this? That's question number 6. 7 is create list of items to test. Yeah, from here you can write some create list of items to test. I don't know, this question is again, I have to look. Someone else created this thing, so I'm sorry about that, I'll be a little bit fixed. Create traceability matrix. So again, can you able to create the traceability matrix? Do you have that concept? Do you know what do you mean by RTM or requirement? And then This is in general how you create, and this is for the HRM project. And in this last one, this question number 10, you go to here and compile list of at least 8 defects. So see, you go and test this website and find out the defects and and uh, and create the defect. This one is for test plan, how to write the test plan, and this one is task estimation. I mean, how will you do a task estimation or task effort estimation? So these are 12 questions here. They're asking you to do certain things, based on some project, based on some requirement. Some are simple, just asking like, we write the test cases. Some are asking go through the whole requirement. And so the goal is basically you should able to understand what is test case, test plan, test strategy. How can you find a defect, creating a defect report, and think whatever it is giving you e-commerce website and asking like, what will you, what will you test, what will be your list, and so on. And there are links also, and these links are based on where you can get some help, or we can get, so that was the plan. I'm not sure why you have not done it. Maybe you have a shortage of time, or maybe you're not aware with this. But I want you should do this. And if you're not able to do, you can ask questions why. And if now question is how much going to take this time. You will know when you do that. And I want to hear from you that how much time it is taking, not from my side. So if you can tell me tomorrow how much time it is taking. And do you have any questions here based on whatever we taught and whatever we are asking? Do you see anything where you can have a problem? Because you have to do and tell me and show me. As someone was asking, are we checking the assignments or not? So definitely I would like to go and when we are meeting, we should have some kind of assessment. Do you see any problem, or you see you can able to do again? Okay. Everyone is comfortable with these questions? Any questions if you have to ask? Okay. So this is for you. You not have to skip. This is the way. A lot of time you worry about. Okay. What can I get a job, or can I, or what the guy will ask and what I will show in a resume, or and so on, or if you get a job, can you able to do the things and all. I think those are the things you should not worry. What you have to worry about is the process. Like, I'm worried about, can you do this thing? Do you understand? I really don't know your understanding or not understanding. That will show me when you see these things, and a lot of things when you see in the job, you can find a lot of the similarity, and that will push you in that direction. So one thing you have to let me know tomorrow. Tomorrow lecture will be based on how well you do. Means if you're not able to do it, doesn't mean. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Macy's.com is good. I really want, if I ask the question, what will you test? You should have a good answer. So fine. So guys, if you're not, the others should start working, and you should keep doing, even throughout the training or after the training, but you try and see how hard or how easy it is. And it's absolutely, I would like you should, there is a question, there is an answer, there is a question and answer, and you should scan and go through it. So that's one. um, I want to make it, this training as good as I can. Like, you should know what you have to study, and you should also know exactly what we expect from you. We expect that you attend the classes. We expect you review, hear the things, and then we expect you do some the stuff which we assign, and we'll see how you are doing and stuff. So this is why I'm giving you. Okay, good. Uh, Now the second part is absolutely when you go in this section, and I have a plan to fix some formatting and English and design some questions. Mostly are good, but some needs to change. It takes a lot of time technically to create all this. Um, no one does that, but we are just doing so you can take advantage of the entire process. Uh, so one second. Now, when you go under manual testing, if you go under any section here, you should know you should review all the questions under defect, test strategy, all the things which are written here, able to and ask some questions. I know I told you that I will provide answers, and I still stick with that. The reason is we're changing a lot of technically reason we are changing. So how many of you have please focus on these questions, and try to go through even. So let me take some. Uh, Here there are some more questions. What is list? What are the things you like to cover under GUI testing? Um, and what test cases you will like to develop for Amazon eCart and payment modules? New tours, list 10 defects, a specific e-commerce website. They are interesting. If you can answer all these, you don't need to worry anything else. Explain how HRM project will be completed under agile methodology. Explain how will you do performance testing for Yahoo website, security testing under, GUI testing and all those. So focus all these questions today. Because tomorrow I want to talk to you only these specific questions, and I'm going to do some more things today. But what I'm expecting, please go through all so this is what my expectation. So when we are doing, you struggle, you go through it, you know what those questions, try to do your best and see how much you can do. Now, is tomorrow is the last day? Not really. I'm not going to add more questions. Whether you keep doing for few months or few weeks, but I want you should go through these questions today and tomorrow and have a look all. So when tomorrow I'm more talking about it, you should be completely aware with all the questions, your problems, see what, I would like to ask some questions from different people here and see what exactly they answer. So, and then based on that feedback, you keep working Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And then Tuesday when we meet again, should have all these, in a good shape. So we're starting today, and I'm expecting you should try different questions under different sections here. This is only what you should worry about. Then forget about the rest. Yes, answers are not there. Till today and tomorrow, you have to find the answer. Okay, good. I'll talk about that. I'll take your questions and yes, this is good. This is what if you can ask certain questions and you know. So I'm coming to that. So 1 second. Actually, that was in my list. So is this clear? Any confusion about it? There is no point that I should. There are some lot of good questions planned, and I'm not going to ask you right now. But is this clear? The strategy that you have to go through all these questions under different tab and make sure you should try to find out as many as you can. And if you're not able to find out, write it down all your questions which you would like to discuss with me and discuss tomorrow. So and then after this you go and complete your the mentor assessment. You start doing side by side. Okay, good. Now let's ask that question. So what is product manager and what is project so here is I would like to ask another question before answer. Well, if you all can do that, and if you feel comfortable, then you don't need my answers. But if you feel like you're not comfortable, I will decide based on your feedback tomorrow. Because right now I can see a lot of people have no idea; they have not seen it. I will request everyone here, and if you really want to benefit it with this training and the goal, the reason we all here together, I will request each one of you to please go and look and look all these questions and where. And here under manual testing, the last section, that's what I'm showing you. 1 second. And they're here, test yourself and do these questions. I want to see what percentage you feel good, and if you have anything to show, please bring tomorrow. So if you have already done some stuff, you have already uploaded, um, let me know. We will see how to do that. So these are the two assessment. Some of them. Okay. Anyone who has done anything, let me know, so I can review and I can answer back to you. Okay. So that's one part. Now the second is about Unix. I taught Unix, everyone here, and I would like you should do that same thing for Unix, all the questions and answers, and see whether you can do that or not. I believe those Unix questions are not whether I will I'm still with you. I can still give you all my answer. I will record, but I will see whether it is really needed or not. So if you look here, there is no Unix section. Oh, here it is. Okay, there is something, but looks like so. Once you're done with manual testing, next section is Unix, and you have to answer all. If it is written, I don't know. Okay, good. There are some stuff. Write it down. I'm going to change it. A lot of things are useless. It will be changed, but there are some questions. What is Unix? What is this? What is that? Let's review these questions. So review. Please do that. If you can find the answer is good. If you're not find, it's still fine. So there is question on VI. There will be question on performance. There will be question on general and some some stuff. So that's next. Now another section which is not here, which I'm going to add tonight, that will be a projects. So project-based questions. Okay. So project-based questions, so let's do that. And someone was asking, that section is still not there, and I'm going to add that. That will help you when you write the project, all those questions. So here, let's say your project one. Uh, it's a difficult question, but let's say, what was your team composition? Of course, explain HRM project. So here it will be all high level questions. So let's say this your project is HRM. Why I'm asking all these things, whatever, see, you have to make some efforts now, and you have to work smartly and think smartly. Whatever you can think about, whatever it bothers you, anything, you can bring all your questions tomorrow related to your project. And I'm already going to add mine, and I hope whatever I will add will cover everything, but you are feel free to add any questions which you like, which bothers you, and you think like those questions are not there. So if I'm asking what was your team composition, means the team which you're working on the HRM project, again, everything is not possible to simulate in the training. Um, it's possible only when you work on the projects for a long time. But whatever we're doing is, it's pretty close to that, and you have to do a number of things. It's possible when you're working on the real project, you may not have to do so many things what we are doing here. For example, if your project is not related to Unix, you may not have to learn Unix. If you're not using some things, maybe you not need to do. So definitely, we have a lot of things to do here. So your team composition means you should have a project manager in your team. You have a developers. You have let's say testers. You have business analyst. Those are that's your team composition. But if you have to really think what will be your team composition, you have to more focus and think about it and spend some time. But if you're not comfortable with this, you can take this project. That's e-learning. Now let's say portal. Okay, so this is our project. We know about that, and if you feel comfortable, you can definitely, there is a team who is developing this project and testing. And if you're curious to know, then I can say there are 3 developers on this project. There is a one business analyst. There's one tester dedicated for this, and there's a project manager. So this is like this is a team for this. So same question applied to this. So again, same thing. Explain your project. Now this is a very generic question, but it's very important. And a lot of time people not able to do that. So I'm putting you this question for you. Explain your project. And a lot of time you think, oh, the guy who's asking, he may be 10-year experience or 100-year experience or 20-year experience. So maybe you're not talking the right thing, or maybe thinking oh, he knows already a lot of things. Not true. No one knows about the project more than you. If someone is interviewing you in Facebook or Google or even those top companies, and let's say you're really working on this project, let's say you're working on this project, and if someone asks you, where is that? I have to close a lot of windows here. 1 second. I have to remember these things. So if someone asks you what was your project and you are working on this project, no one knows this project. It's if you should know more about people know generic thing. What is your project. You should know more than anyone else, because you are working on that. If you tell someone, oh, I was working on the training portal or e-learning portal or something, mentorship or job portal, it gives some idea, but what features contains, what kind of project was that, you should know more than the guy so you should know. So one good thing is you should able to explain this project. So let's say you can say this is a web-based project. This was web-based project which provides various the features uh, related to testing domain, where you can go and practice your interview questions. You can it helps you in connect with the jobs, and it helps you a lot of the career related. Some articles are there. It's uh, it it has whatever the features with this one. Like of course you have to think and explain and see what exactly it has, the feature, or even the other one, this one too, like what this contains. So let's say if you're working on the e-learning project, there's definitely a team involved. There is definitely a project objective is there. There's definitely when you are testing, uh, you should know what kind of testing you're doing. You should know what kind of documents you're using and what kind of documents you are developing. You should know what testing methodology you are using, how you handle the defects, and so on. All those things comes. What was the test environment for this? What kind of technologies they are using to create this? The solution. So these are very generic questions for any project. That's what I'm trying to say. So if you go here, so what will be the questions here? The question is, what was your project? The HRM project. What exactly it contains, and see whether you can explain that thing. Or job placement portal. What exactly is this project, and why it was created? What was the objective? What were the features in that? Um, uh, w- um, and another thing. So there is a whole. If you go to any project, um, pretty much the generic questions are same, which is not developed yet, and I'm going to most probably put in the portal tonight, where I will ask you, what was your project? What is your team composition? What technologies did you use? What documents did you develop? How did you test it? What kind of testing did you do? All the major top stuff I really want to. What kind of testing methodology you use, and so on. So so this is your another third module, which I'm going to add to you today, and I would like you should work this week and try to find out the answers related to those stuff. Is this So whatever questions we will put for the projects, try to practice and see if you can find those answers. And that may not put you in a very comfortable in the starting, but once you do few days or few times, it will start putting you in a very comfortable situation. Now someone asked, what is the difference in project manager and product manager? So project manager is person who manages the projects. So let's say this project. If you are a project manager, you are planning that what are the planning means planning, scheduling, tracking, reporting. That will be your job. So you planning like when the requirement has to be done, when development will done, and who will do the development, who will do requirement, who will do testing, and what will be the time frame, and day by day activities, like this should be done by this has to be finished by this, and then it's reporting to the team, and then coordinating all the work, and then everybody should be it's just like if you take let's say if there is some house project is going on and you have to build 100 or 200 apartments. So the project manager job is to do a planning, like okay, when the work will start and all the kind of land related activities and all the construction related things, and and who will do what and by what time what should be completed, and when it's completed then he keep on the daily basis reporting to everyone, okay, this part is done or this part is not done or these problems are coming and so on. So that is the job of the project manager. He or she doesn't do any kind of specific work. It doesn't do testing or development or requirement gathering, but that person do all the planning, do all kind of tracking, reporting. That's a project manager. Product manager is more who is focusing what kind of features should be um, for your project. Like let's say if this portal, what are the features already there? What are the new features should be added? So he is talking to you and getting some idea. Like you guys are using this, so you may like something, you may not like something. So he's more working on the product features and trying to, he's not developing, but he is working and researching. Maybe there are some other trainings and they are using some other solutions. So he is also comparing our solution with their solution and see what features they have which we don't have, or what feature we have they don't have. So where is our strength and weakness? So based on that, the requirement will be created and developed and tested and added. So product manager is pretty much involved in uh, improving the features of the product, all the new feature, existing features, taking the feedback from all the stakeholders or the people who are using. At the same time, uh, also it involved in some business. When we develop some product and let's say we want to sell it, so that guy will be do some road shows, some business, the kind of presentations, some online presentations, some go to the business, meetings and places and educate. That's a product manager job, but it's mostly related to the product. Is this clear? Okay, good. I'm going to ask you a question. How we do, how we do let's say you are working, I know you guys are not here for BA, business analyst, but let's say this is just for, is important, how you will collect requirement. I mean, if you see all the time I'm telling you, you read the requirement document and you decide what to test, because you not need um, to compile the requirement. But let's say if you have for next 15 minutes, yes, let's say you need to collect the requirement. You have to compile the requirement. How will you do? So, okay. So I want to talk about requirement. And if you see there is a section here, uh, I'm not sure here. There are some questions, requirement, and I believe there is an other one here too. 1 second. Here, I will improve a little bit. I look. You see, there's a lot of the stuff here. This is all related to requirement, and so attending meetings, good. What else will you do? Meeting with whom? Let's say you are we want to develop a job portal, and you are a BA. Okay, with not only the client, that's not the right word. We call the stakeholders. Is what this is the word you have to use, and so remember this. Stakeholder is anyone who is related with the project. So so let's say job portal. Let's take the real example. That will make you better. Let's say you develop a job portal. You have to, the first thing is, as a BA, you figure out who are the stakeholders, means who are the people related to this project. So the answer will be, let's say job portal, anyone who is going to use, so you all guys are going to use, then you are the stakeholder for that. Developer who has developed the project is a stakeholder. Tester who is testing is a stakeholder. Let's say if I'm sponsoring the project and I'm responsible for the money and the time and resources, I'm also the stakeholder for that project, or anyone in my company who is related to that project. So first you figure out all the stakeholders. You make the list, write down their name, write down their number, phone number, email ID, write down what is the role of that person for this project. So the second thing is you figure out what you're going to ask from each person. If let's say if you are a BA and if you are working on job portal requirement gathering, you should create a questionnaire for asking from the trainees who are going to use that portal. If you want and meet with me, you should have some questions in your mind. Okay, why do you want to launch this project, or who is going to be benefited, or how the company will make money, or what is the goal and objective of doing it, what kind of features you want in that. So you collect all these, the different, you interview, you can meet one-to-one. You can also call a joint meeting where you can invite number of people and have some questions you have framed in your mind, and you're answering and discussing. So that's the way. It's very common sense, but you are sending some emails. Okay, what features do you want, and do you want to upload your resume? Do you want to format your resume feature? You want jobs based on the categorization and so on. Just keep asking and collecting all those things. So find out who are the stakeholders. Talk to them one by one. Talk to them in a group. Talk to them in a joint meeting sometime. Invite everyone in a room, or maybe a couple of people in a room, and then ask, discuss those things. Write down some questions, answers, mail them, get the feedback before your meeting. Let them know what exactly you want to ask, and so they should be prepared. And you keep collecting day by day, and then you have some kind of input about that. Now, what kind of documents BA creates? can you give me the list of all the documents, or all the stuff which you heard about? These are a little off track, but it is important. So when you understand, you can more relate the projects and all. So you of course here for QA, and if you see, okay, these are three. What else? I need more names because I'm going to ask some more questions on the, and I want uh, you should you should see those documents too. Anyone can answer more? Okay, that's correct. Use cases. So, okay, traceability matter. I want everyone should able to know how the use cases should look like, because and how can you create the test cases from the use cases. So we'll add that. What else? Any other? User stories. These are another stuff written by BA. So use cases, user stories, you should be knowing all these, what exactly. These are all related to the requirement. Um, yeah, I think we will add some examples, and we will ask you to write some use cases, write some user stories, write some, and then see, can you create the test cases using this. So when you're creating a test cases, any kind of information will be important. So it's good. I'll It is very simple because it's it's not like FRSBI. Those are very big documents. These are 2 lines, 3 lines, 4 lines. This stuff. So very simple, and you should see that it's these all the stuff is. So keep in mind again how how BA compile the requirement by meeting, questionnaires, interviewing, group discussions, identifying whom to ask, what to ask, stakeholder analysis, and then eventually the BA start creating all these, the document, use cases, user stories, FRS, BRS, anything which can help you in understanding the requirement. That is what is, these documents are. And there are some more. ER diagram. Um, this is related to your database. What are the tables and how the tables are connected, and which is primary key, and that is also the maybe you can see from BA. So these are some documents. Okay. What project manager uh, role? Again, I'm trying to discuss a little bit about different team members who are related to the project, because all the time we talk about QA, it's related. I just answered this question, but can you guess what project manager does, or what kind of documents project manager creates? So if you want to become a BA, your major skill should be Word document, Excel. You can able to write and create some pictures and all those, using some markups. If you want to become a project manager, what will be the role for, what kind of, you should know some how to schedule, how to planning document, scheduling document, tracking and reporting. Yes, project plan. How you create a project plan? Project plan means, same like you guys have a test plan, they create a project plan. Correct. What tool PM use? There's a there's a yeah, MS Project is a tool just like MS Office. You know, Office, you know what Excel does or what PowerPoint does or what does. You know, you can create, you know, Excel sheet in Excel. Same thing, there is one from uh, Microsoft called MS Project, and you can do all kind of scheduling, tracking. This is what a project manager use. So you should know when you have to write the test cases, when you have to deliver the defect report and all those things. You know, that will be in the, you know, the document created by the project manager. So it's a project manager who is planning for you. He said, okay, you want to finish this thing by this date. Just like me. I'm a kind of project manager for you guys when I'm saying I need all these questions and answers by tomorrow or by next Tuesday and things. So I'm a little bit planning, and then based on your input, I'm tracking and reporting. I will say, oh, this is not good, or this is done, or this is incomplete. So I'm again sending the email to everyone. So this is the way, this is called reporting and all. So, so for any project, uh, so that's why, so these questions are, what was your team composition, explain the project, um, explain, you know. So, you know, I'm just arbitrarily putting some questions so you can, you know, you understand what we're talking about, because uh, I just want to keep building the background a little bit about, so you think about the project, um, um, you know, these high level questions. If you want to go and look on the low level question, like what is SDLC and what is the tester, what are the tester qualities, or what is test cases, that will be here, wherever, you know, these questions and these questions are like that. But these are the project based high level questions. So now technologies. So let's say, oh, where it is. You're working on the job placement portal or training portal, you know, either one. What technologies were used? Anyone would like to answer? So, you know, these are very discrete, because this is a high level thing, you know, we're talking about. So I'm opening some questions which you have to, so what technologies were used in your project? Do not know the answer? Okay, no problem. We'll figure out. Okay, good. You are, you know, some people are guessing some. You not know today, but believe me, next Tuesday you will be knowing all these stuff. You know, so it's good. And then you will have, you will say, ask some more questions. Um, so this one I have to teach you. Whenever we have to ask for technologies, you think about certain, I can give you some guidelines. So think about operating system. Think about uh, programming languages. think about and I know a lot of people don't know, so don't worry about that. So I'm just think about database, think about uh, web server. Okay, so that would be hard, but some stuff you may be familiar, like operating. You cannot guess. You have to ask those people, where you are working, or you will hear those words. It's not you who decided. You're just trying to figure out, collect that information and understand what we're talking about. So for any project, see, this website is running, so we're using some programming languages. Oh gosh. So what programming languages we are using, what kind of database we are using, what kind of operating system we're using, what kind of, the other tools which we're using, that you have to collect, and then you should be familiar with, and then you understand and see. So like database, we're using MySQL database. Operating system, we are not using Windows, we are using Unix, or Linux, you can say. We are using PHP and HTML programming languages, and CSS. And then we also using um, some some other application like WordPress content management tool. So all the documents which you see here, that is stored there. So basically, to create this whole project, we use certain technologies, collection of technologies to build it. So that will be definitely one section in your project, in your interview questions. So when I'm talking about the project, I'm pretty much putting all this stuff which is possible. So if you see here, it could be MySQL or Oracle. If you're a web server, Apache or IIS. Yeah, these names you have to programming language, PHP, HTML, CSS, operating system, Linux or Windows. I'm giving you all the option, but you have to find out for every project what exactly. So you have to ask this question. You have to collect this. Oh, what programming language are we using? Even though you don't have to do anything, but you should be knowing, because when someone talks, they expect you should understand, what database we're using, what web server, and stuff. Any other? So any questions so far? Are you guys getting, maybe you're not getting everything, but what certain things if you're getting is good. So that's and then any other tool? CMS. Okay, good. So if you see yesterday, we were talking about different testing methodology like waterfall or agile. Which one did you use? So that's that's one question. Any other question you should come to your mind? Project related, any other questions? So uh, can you list what testing documents you develop, or anyone, if I ask you? Let's say you're working on this project, and if someone asks you what testing documents did you develop, what will be your answer? Well, the same thing, like writing test cases, test plan, test strategy. Yeah, exactly. Defect report and all those things. So it's good you're connecting. So these are my generic some questions for any project. What was the name of your project? What was what that project was? Can you explain why what it contains, and I mean what was the features of that project? And then team members, and as a tester, what was your work? What kind of documents you developed? What was your role? What did you test? How did you test? What testing methodology you used? What was the other team members, and a little bit know about their work, and mm, and what was the technologies for that project. That's pretty generic. Uh, these are some stuff which you have to. So I will I will design these questions in such a way that it will compile all the possible questions related to the project, and once you know the answer, you should be in a good shape. So you can able to connect with the stuff. Okay. So what are the section for you to work? Here I'm listing again: manual testing, Unix, project. These three sections you should like to review, and I will expect that you should go through all the possible questions in training portal as well as in mentorship portal, and see how much you know, what you can think about, what bothers you, and then we'll see tomorrow that what will be the answer, how much answer you can give, how much answer you cannot give, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, next 4 days, you dedicate yourself and focus on those things to make that happen. So that will be I will let you know my plan tomorrow, and then beyond. So little mystery and suspense right now here, but this is what I'm expecting. Okay. We never see this is a problem with online. We have not never promised for load runner. So we do, but right now, and I found yesterday that ISTQB was also not. If someone wants to do separately and things, that option is there. But generally, we not do, because it's already we cover a lot of things. So right now, no. But if you want to learn, let me know. I'll see whatever we can do. So that's fine. Okay. One more last exercise before today. Um, so 1 second. So let's say this is your project. You're working on testing, this any project, and when we're talking about the project, this is let me list the list of the projects. Talking about HRM, I'm talking about talking about uh, so these are the 4 projects I'm talking about: HRM, e-commerce, e-learning, job, and mentorship portal. These 4 questions, I'm sorry, for these 4 projects, these are possible questions, and I will change. Explain your project. What are the features of your project? How did you do? What kind of documents you develop as a tester? What was the requirement? What are the different requirement documents available? What technologies you used? How did you test it? What was the methodology? And those are the generic. What tools? Of course, if you go beyond in some other module, what tools? What testing tools did you use? What kind of automation you did? What kind of database testing you did, and what did you test? Those who have done those sections. But those who have not done that, of course you can. So basically, um, these are the 4. You keep thinking about all the possible answer questions here at the very high level, not at the low level. What do you mean by high level? I'm not asking what was the command for creating the directory, what was the command for creating the, editing the VI file. Those are the low level, means when you go in that section, those questions are there, you should be knowing. I'm asking at the high level, means what was your project, what was the feature in your project, what was your team composition, what tools did you use, what did you test, how did you test, what documents did you develop, or there was a BA, what kind of documents BA provided, if there was a project manager, what project manager was doing, and working, uh, um, those kind of things, what was the technologies used, what was the testing methodology did you use. So those are the high level things which you should try to find out. It is hard on day 1, but once you go through a few times, by the next Tuesday, you will be see, oh, you know a lot of answers already and you are comfortable. Because, and then I will add some more project. I will add another 6 project, so overall 10 project. I'm not saying you have to list 10 project in your resume, but those give you some, more options to understand what the different projects are, like CRM project or some other, the projects which I would like to add. So what will be the question for those projects? The same. So the set of questions will be same for any project. What was their project? What was your role? What kind of documents you develop? How did you do the testing? What are the other team members? So that's a good thing that, you know, uh, that is pretty much generic question. So that's one thing. But if I take you here, one second. If you see here, based on all these modules which you learn here in manual testing, if I would like to ask it, see, there could be a number of different questions, but if I want to ask, oh, what did you write the test plan for your project and what your test plan contains? That section will give you the answer. So these are, so what I want to build like this. Okay, so these are the generic questions, but let's say I want to ask some I want to ask some testing related questions, based a very high level testing related questions, for your project. So let's see how comfortable you are in that, and that's why I'm asking you to do that thing. So we're doing a little bit, very different way today. We're trying to a little bit process the information. So testing related questions are like this. Okay, what kind of documents you develop, or it could be asked, or did you develop the test plan document? Did you develop the, did you write the test cases? Defect management, all those things. If you see, those answers are here. These are the answers. When you go inside, there are not only the questions, they are the samples, the real samples, how those test plan look like, how the test strategy document look like, traceability look like, defect management look like, what are the real defects. Those things are there. And then you have to correlate all these stuff which you are studying with this, with these 4 projects here. So test plan. Um, See, all the things which I'm writing should have the answer there. You have to extract that, and you have to see, and then see how those, the document looks like, what they contains. And if you're able to answer all the mentorship questions, and if you are able to answer those assignments, this is a piece of cake. So the good thing is, all the stuff which you are reading is already planned very well. And that's why in the end, when I'm connecting, I don't have to teach you again. And that's why, and other people who have not done the other modules like QC or database, when you will study, the same stuff will be connected. And those who have done, you have to also connect, okay, why did you use the QC tool for the HRM project? Why did you, what did you do as a backend testing? I'm not asking what is database. I'm not asking, those are the low level questions. When you go and do low level means not important question. Low means when you go inside the module. But I'm asking at the very high level, as a backend testing, what did you test? As a manual tester, what kind of testing? Yeah, that could be also another question. See, I'm not asking you what are the different types of testing. That was in the ISTQB yesterday. They say there's a whole laundry list, like, functional testing and compatibility testing and acceptance testing. And, there was a big list of 15, 20 tests. What I'm asking here is, what different types of testing did you do in this project? So you think about it, and then why and how. Those answers should be to you. So pretty much at a high level, I know this bothers you a lot, and once you're able to get the thing, and I'm around, and I'm going to provide the answers too. But don't think like you're not making any effort, and then it's it's possible that sometimes everything available and still you not take the advantage. So it's good that certain things are not available. It's good that some questions are available and answers are not available. That bothers you and then give you some pain, and then you a little bit, take the trouble that how can I find, is good. Taking some pain and trouble is important. So that way you can, if something easily come. But why I'm compiling all these questions, so I can give you the answers. Okay, good. So HRM project is the one. Yeah, sure. I have 10 minutes. So you see, e-learning, this 47brand.com or Macy's. I'll answer your question in a minute. Let me uh, finish this one. So if you see these three are, well, pretty much available and existing, and you can see and you can relate. But if you see the HRM project is not available. It is only available in the terms of the requirement. And so when you go and start some company, when you go and join in some company on the project, and the project is in a more kind of design and requirement phase, and it has not developed and test, how will you react there where the product means we are talking about the car, but the car is not available yet. We just talking about we will build this kind of car and that feature and this feature, and you will see that car once it will be built, over the months, next few months. Same thing here. So that was the goal for HRM project, that we should give you one project where only at the concept level and a requirement is there, and I'm going to show you where the requirement is and what it contains. And then I want that my trainees should go through the requirement. They access the requirement document. They see how this product will look like, and extract out some information from the requirement base, and think about what they will test and how to write the test cases. And when the product will be available, solution, you can apply those test cases and try to test and find the defects. That was the whole philosophy for putting that project. And also we have to put some project which you can understand. If I can put some pretty complicated banking project or IRS, related project where I can explain my 6 month time to explain you what that project is, then whole purpose will be defeated. So we should have something which you can easily understand and which is very common and very, is used in a lot of companies. So let me show you where is that. So if you go here, and if you go under requirement section, and here, see there is a section we created, HRM, and then this is a functional requirement document which we discussed in class. And it's like 20 page or 25 page, and you can scroll and you see, and I discussed like, the login page should be look like this. And one second. And then once you logged in, then this is the page will come where you can fill up, you can save, you can add, delete, and and there's a number of fields, different kind of buttons here, radio buttons, drop down and all. So this form will come. You can make it a little bigger. And once you do, you can upload your picture through this interface where you can upload, delete your pictures, and then there are some conditions in this this section, like your picture should not be more than 1 MB, and the size of the picture should be this. And then once you can fill up your contact details using this form. You can put the emergency contact using this form, and you can do the dependent information through this form, and so on. So that's where you keep going. There are section like 3.15 dependent. So what was this project is basically for any company, if they want to, this is a more related to the human resource management or the HR. Every company has HR. What is the job of the HR? To hire the people, maintain their all the personal information, your dependent, your all the credentials, and so on. And there was some other modules like recruitment module and assessment module, your performance review module. So this whole project is this one, the one which we have is called employee information module, a personal information module, where this application or this software will provide a lot of features where any employee, and in let's say in any company there are 5,000 employees, the company wants to store or HR department wants to store every employee information through this application software. So this is a web-based solution. This is the requirement document. Customer wants that when you develop the application, that application should have all these features. There should be a login page look like this. There should be a employee profile page. There should be a dependent page where they can fill up all the dependent information. there should be, some other feature like I was showing you. As you keep going, there are various features here. If you have not a citizen, you have immigration information they want to store about every employee through this form. So this is a project. This project is basically, if you're working, goal is what you're going to be test, what will be your test cases you have to write, what kind of documents will you develop, what will be your test plan, document contains for this project, what kind of, if you really going and testing it, what kind of defects did you find, what kind of testing methodology did you use, what was your team structure for this project. So those questions are same for any project, but to understand what your project is, what features it contains, you have to go through this document few times and then practice to answer these questions. Here, when I ask you what was your project, explain your project, that's where you have to see, you can able to talk 2-3 minutes and explain the various feature what I'm telling you. Make sense? Did you get your answer? Okay, good. So guys, it was a fun day for me because I'm transferring all my tasks to you. So you may be feeling under pressure. I also do some days when I'm not prepared and I have to teach. So don't worry, I'm with you and I understand your problems. See, my whole reason of giving and exposing all different way is it's just not teaching. It's like ultimately, in the end, you have to understand why you're studying, what kind of possible questions, and find the good answers. So that's all the part of the strategy. And then once you know this, then it will be good. Can I ask one question related jobs? Okay, go ahead. You can ask as many, I never prevent anyone asking things, and of course the only thing is 11. So next time when you meet, you bring all your questions and you can keep. Yeah, that's why you are not fresher, you're working on the number of projects. The one which you are doing, if you have a 10 years experience, you will be keep doing the same thing, or maybe you do less than this thing. So all the work which you are doing, when it goes in your resume, the reason the guy is asking, because all these things, writing test cases, test plan, requirement, tools, and things which you may take probably 3 to 5 years to learn all those things in the industry, and maybe not able to learn the way you learned here. Of course, you have not still proved how much you know. That's why I'm giving you a check. But when you work 5 years in the industry every day, Monday to Friday, pretty much you may be knowing close to whatever you're learning here, or maybe a portion of that. So when that knowledge will reflected in your resume, it will be reflected in your interview, those things, um, you will be in a good shape. It's good. See, there is no, as I said, there is no, you know, the perfect way to live the life too. I want to live my life in a very perfect way. I wish I have a time to go for exercise, have a lot of money, enjoy all these things, but we all know, we have a lot of constraints. We do a lot of things, So same thing here, you will find that certain things are not in your favor, but there's a lot of things in your favor. And you have to present all the stuff in such a way, and you compete in such a way that you can make it happen. However, it's just not the number of years of, which is going to decide everything. When person see your resume, when person see what you really done, what kind of knowledge you have, what kind of capability you have, what kind of work you can do, and when that person thinks that exactly what I'm looking for and this person can do, uh, you will click at number of places. There will be some fine tuning here and there, when you go for selling any products, or when you try to, everybody try to a little bit polish the things a little bit, you get all the marketing calls and things, whatever they talk, there is some truth and there is some kind of polishing and things. So, but here, pretty much whatever we are doing, you are going to project that way smartly, So as I'm telling you, everyone here, you may spend few weeks, few months with us, but generally you learn as equivalent to whatever takes number of years. And if you have your friends who are working as a testers, if you know anyone in your friend circle, you can check these knowledge with that person. You ask some database question, you ask some Unix question, you ask some QC question, whatever you are learning here, and you will find that person has many years of experience but doesn't know. So, and if you have any other question, Vijaya, you can talk to me one-to-one also. Sometime you not want to ask, sometimes you feel not very comfortable. If anyone has any that kind of thing, I'm pretty much accessible. A lot of people call me, text me. Um, of course, I have a lot of time pressure too, but it can be also happen after the class. Once I finish the class, if you have really some question bothering you and you want the answers and not allowing you to give you a good sleep, you can, of course, related to testing and all those things, you can talk to me and we can discuss and try to answer. So if you can ask, if you have any questions related to this, all the things which we are teaching, um, you can bring in the basically the good time is at the start of the class when when we have more time, but still if you find that something you really need to discuss and ask, we can do after the class or we can do anytime during the daytime, weekend, that'll be fine. Basically what my goal is, all your questions which you are asking, I should put it in the mentorship. Maybe as another question section, we can create a miscellaneous where we can put all these things, what projects, like for example, before this class, there was a question like, well, no one does that, but let's say to us, what project we will write. So I gave you those 4 projects. You should. Now the question is, what questions expected from those projects? I gave you those questions too, which we are building, and these are all going to be added into the mentorship. Now, if you have some other questions, you asking like, how can I, if you really want to ask you how I can build my experience and compete with that way. So we can talk some one session for that too. We can do maybe tomorrow when we meet. You ask me that question in the starting, and we will try to find some answers, whatever feasible, find, and then you go from there. Okay, guys. So so we are done. But don't forget, now is your chance to review all the questions and try to find out the answers which I ask you. If you not do, then you will disappoint me. Try to do tomorrow and then and at least look all the questions tomorrow. If you're not able to find the answer, at least look the questions. Think about it. See if you can have some the answers in your mind, and then the rest we will discuss when we meet. All right. Thanks a lot.